Let's dive into LeetCode problem 352, data stream as disjoint intervals. We are receiving a continuous stream of non-negative integers one by one. Our objective is to design a class that can summarize all the numbers seen so far as a list of disjoint, or non-overlapping, intervals. We must implement two methods, addNumber to process each incoming integer, and getIntervals to output the current summary. Let's rigorously analyze the term disjoint intervals. Disjoint means the intervals do not overlap. Furthermore, in our specific summary, they cannot even be adjacent. For example, if our data stream has provided the numbers 1, 2, and 3, we do not represent them as 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Instead, they must be merged into a single contiguous interval, 1, 3, the final output must also be sorted by the starting value. To solve this efficiently, we must choose the appropriate data structures. We need to maintain a dynamically changing list of these sorted intervals. When a new number arrives, we need to quickly find its correct position to maintain the sorted order. A list of arrays, specifically formatted as start_1, end_1, start_2, end_2, combined with binary search, will allow us to locate this insertion point in logarithmic time. Before we manipulate intervals, we must address a common pitfall: duplicate numbers in the data stream. If we process a number we have already incorporated, it wastes computational resources and complicates our merging logic. To strictly prevent this, we will maintain a hash set named scene. If an incoming value already exists in this set, we simply ignore it. Let's begin our rigorous derivation by defining the initial state of our class. Inside the __init___ method, we initialize two instance variables. First, self.intervals, which is an empty list that will store our disjoint intervals. Second, self.scene, which is an empty set designed to track all unique integers we process. This establishes the foundation for our algorithm. Now we construct the addNumber method, taking an integer value. The very first step is implementing the duplicate check. We write, if value in self.scene, return. If the value is a duplicate, execution halts here. Otherwise, we immediately register it by calling self.scene.add. This guarantees that subsequent logic only processes strictly novel integers. Next, we must determine exactly where this new value belongs within our sorted intervals list. We temporarily treat the new value as a point interval, represented as value. We utilize Python's bisect_left function to find the optimal insertion index I. By searching within self.intervals for value, we find the index that preserves the sorted order based on interval start times. Let us deeply analyze this insertion index I. This index precisely indicates that the new value falls between the existing interval at index I1 and the interval at index I. Consequently, the new value can only possibly merge with its immediate left neighbor, or its immediate right neighbor. We do not need to scan the entire list, only these two adjacent candidates. We now define the Boolean condition for merging with the left neighbor, named merge_left. First, to prevent out-of-bounds errors, the left neighbor must exist, meaning I greater than 0. Second, the new value must exactly extend the left interval. Mathematically, the end of the left interval plus 1 must exactly equal the new value. The code is self.intervals, I, 1, 1, plus 1 equals value. Similarly, we define merge_right to evaluate if we can merge with the right neighbor. The right neighbor must exist, requiring ith_len. Furthermore, the new value must exactly precede the right interval. This means the start of the right interval minus 1 must equal the new value. The code is self.intervals, I, 0, 1 equals value. With our conditions defined, we handle 4 distinct scenarios. Case 1, the new value perfectly bridges the gap between the left and right intervals. This strict condition is met when both merge_left and merge_right evaluate to true. For example, inserting 2 between the intervals 1, 1, and 3, 3. To execute this bridge operation, we must combine the 2 intervals into one. We update the end boundary of the left interval to encompass the right one. We assign self.intervals, I, 1, 1, the value of the right interval's end, self.intervals, I, 1. Because the right interval is now fully absorbed, it is redundant, and we must rigorously remove it using self.intervals.pop. Case 2 occurs when only merge_left is true. The new value extends the left interval, but remains disconnected from the right. We use an elif statement. To handle this, we simply push the right boundary of the left interval outward. We update the end of the left interval to be the new value, self.intervals, I, 1, 1, equals value. Case 3 arises when only merge_right is true. The new value extends the right interval backward, without touching the left one. We use another elif block. We resolve this by pushing the left boundary of the right interval inward. We set the start of the right interval to the new value, self.intervals, I, 0, equals value. The final scenario, case 4, triggers when neither merge condition is met. The new value is completely isolated in the number line. We handle this in the else block. It forms its own independent interval. We instantiate a new interval, value, value, and insert it strictly at index I using self.intervals.insert. Let's trace a concrete example. We start with an empty stream and call addNumber. The set scene is empty, so we add 1. Intervals is empty, so bisect computes index I equals 0. Because I is 0 and the list is empty, both merge_left and merge_right evaluate to false. We reach the else block and insert 1, 1, at index 0. Our list is now 1, 1. Next, we call addNumber. 3 is added to scene. We use bisect for 3, 3, within 1, 1. It belongs after the first element, so I equals 1. Let's check conditions. Left neighbor is 1, 1. Its end, 1, plus 1 is 2, which does not equal 3. Merge_left is false. Merge_right is also false. We insert 3, 3, at index 1. The list becomes 1, 1, 3, 3. Now, the critical operation, addNumber. 2 is added to scene. Bisect 4, 2, 2, in 1, 1, 3, 3, yields index I equals 1. We check merge_left, the left interval ends at 1, and 1 plus 1 exactly equals 2. True. We check merge_right, the right interval starts at 3, and 3 minus 1 exactly equals 2. True. Both conditions are met. Because both are true, we enter the bridge block. We update the left interval's end, intervals, 0, 1, replacing it with the right interval's end, which is 3. The left interval is now 1, 3. Finally, we pop the redundant right interval at index 1. Our disjoint intervals list is successfully merged into a single element, 1, 3. The second required method is getIntervals. Because we have rigorously maintained our self.intervals list to guarantee it is always sorted and completely disjoint after every single addNumber operation, this method requires zero processing. We simply return the current state of self.intervals. The code is just return self.intervals. Let us verify the complexity. GetIntervals is an O operation. For add number, checking the hash set is O, finding the insertion index with binary search takes O time, where n is the number of disjoint intervals. However, inserting into or popping from a Python list takes O time in the worst case. The space complexity is O, where V is the total unique values seen. This solution is complete and rigorous. Addressing the follow-up question in the problem description, if there are many merges, the number of disjoint intervals, n, remains remarkably small compared to the sheer size of the data stream. In such practical scenarios, the O-list operations become negligible, making this binary search and list manipulation approach highly performant and elegant.